Hi everybody, this is Believe What, also known as Yam Juice, and this is my Human Nature series. Today I'd like to talk about the idea of blame. We like to blame people, we like to blame things for pretty much everything. Like, we like to blame people for, let's say somebody who we know is not very smart does something stupid. We blame a stupid person for being stupid. We blame a fat person for being fat. We blame a kid for acting childish. We like to blame people. And the idea is, what good does blame do? What do you accomplish when you blame somebody? Does it make you feel better? Does it right a wrong? Maybe the idea is that if you issue blame, then the error will be corrected next time or something. But I don't think so. I think blame is one of those aspects of our human nature that we could probably do with a lot less of. Maybe we could do without it. Life would be better. So the idea is that say there's a disaster, an oil spill, anything like that. There's a traffic accident. Maybe there's a light that's poorly designed in an intersection. Whatever it is, it's like the first thing that comes to mind is, like, we have to figure out who's at fault. We have to assign blame. I guess the idea is that justice has to be done, and whoever's responsible needs to pay. But the idea is that we just feel better if somebody is the one with the blame. I mean, we'll scapegoat people if we have to. As long as there's somebody to blame, it makes everybody feel better. So what happens is, you'll make some sort of a mistake. Let's say you're at work and you've got some coworkers, and you've got a boss, and something goes wrong. Somebody files a report in the wrong format, or somebody says something, and a customer is lost. They're going to want to blame somebody. In school, if somebody causes a disruption, or something like that. I mean, the very first thing they want to know is who's at fault. And people are usually pretty quick to point fingers, as long as they don't have to accept any blame themselves. I mean, that's the last thing in the world that anybody wants, is to be blamed for something. But that's the first thing that people want to do, is they want to blame somebody for anything that goes wrong. I mean, if you have a failed relationship, usually you don't blame yourself. I mean, you might, but usually you blame somebody for it. You blame the other person. She was just impossible to deal with. She was too demanding. She was too smothering. Whatever. You're going to blame the other person, or maybe you'll blame her friends. Had it in for our relationship. She didn't want us to be together. So you'll blame somebody. You'll blame somebody for you not getting a raise. Like, you'll blame somebody for, anything that happens in your life. But what do you accomplish when you blame somebody? It's like, okay, you've pinned the responsibility for this situation on a particular person. All right. I mean, unless they're going to go to jail, or you're going to sue them, or something like that, what good has been done? I mean, all it's done is gotten you worked up over whose fault it is. And now that you know whose fault it is, or you've decided whose fault it is, I guess you feel better. But why do you feel better? I mean, is it like this situation is not going to happen again? Maybe that person has learned their lesson. Like when a person who's known to make screw-ups makes a screw-up, we're going to blame that person. Man, he was stupid. Can you believe that idiot? I don't know, on video games, something that you can relate to. If somebody does a noob move, I mean, we get mad at a noob for being a noob. I mean, you can't expect a donkey to fly. I mean, let's say you're walking in a narrow hallway, and there's an old person in a walker, slowly trudging their way along the hallway. Well, I mean, you can't expect, you can get mad, or you can blame that person for being slow, or you can be pissed off about it. But what do you expect? What do you expect? I mean, people just get by as best they can. People make mistakes. You make mistakes, I make mistakes, everybody does. And having somebody just point it out and try to make them feel bad about making mistakes, it really doesn't serve much of a purpose. I mean, but everybody does it. Like I say, it's human nature. It's just we want to feel, like there's some sort of sense of justice. That's another aspect of human nature, is the need for justice. But blaming things and blaming people, you blame the dog, for tearing up your yard. You blame the dog for, having an accident on your carpet, or you blame your cat, for tearing up your couch. But the thing is, cats just do that, and dogs do that. It's not like, they've got anything in mind, anything malicious. It's just that that's stuff that happens. Now, you can be upset at things that just happen, if you like, and that is perfectly natural in the scheme of human nature to do that. I mean, most people do. But again, I'm going to ask you, like, what good does it do you? I mean, what do you gain from it? So what I'd like to recommend is that next time something, in your world goes wrong, or something happens, don't be so quick to point out blame, or to seek out blame, or to find out whose fault something is. Because does it really matter? I mean, like, there's a problem at work, it's like you can spend a lot of time trying to determine who caused it, but that still doesn't solve the problem that you've got. I mean, the best approach is just to go ahead and tackle the problem at hand. And if there's something that you can do about it, then do something. But getting upset, and assigning blame, and figuring out, who's the person we're going to scorn, who's the person we're going to hold responsible, it doesn't do you a whole lot of good. But then again, human nature a lot of times doesn't make really great sense. It's just what people tend to do. But you don't have to do everything that human nature, tries to dictate. I mean, you have a little bit of ability to think and do what you want, and to analyze your situation. So anyway, this gameplay is just about come to an end. This is a game where our team lost, but I ended up going 25-9, which is pretty good. That's the most kills anybody else got. So this is Hanoi, and I was playing with my sister Bejewel. The idea of human nature is a complicated idea, and I'd just like to have you guys think about some of the things that you do and the reasons you do these things. So if you like this video, please go ahead and subscribe. And there's a couple of videos you may have missed. The previous episode of Human Nature, I'll put a link up there on the left side of the screen. And then my latest regular game commentary will be on the right side of the screen. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys.